Hi and welcome. I'm very excited about making this video for two reasons. Reason number one, this very lesson here marks the beginning of a whole new video series that I'm excited about making. And reason number two is this very piece of music that I wrote for you, this lesson here, uses one simple and easy to play movable chord shape throughout that I think everyone should be able to play it. Have a look down below there. You can download the tabs. Download them, print them, make notes, use them. There are also action steps. So which steps do you need to take in order to play this piece of music? There is a difficulty level. How difficult is it actually to play this? Time estimation, how long might it take you to be able to play this piece of music? There are extra tips and there is some encouragement. So have a look down below. Now, this piece of music I said he's trouble because I composed it. Now it all starts, or not just starts, but this is the movable chord shape that is used throughout. It looks like that. It's just like your good old E minor chord, but is one string set down, talking visually here. So I'm on the middle two strings, D and G string, on the second fret, and I use my middle and ring finger here. But other combinations of two fingers would work fine, like index and middle would work fine, ring and pinky would work fine. I use middle and ring finger. And I have them very close to the fret wire here, the second fret wire, which is really important to get the perfect sound, to get a really good sound here. So have your fingertips close to the fret wires always, and I have them that close so that I feel the fret wire at the fingertip. Most people say frets for these, but I want to make a distinction between the black boxes, which I call frets, and the metal things, which I call fret wires. Also, another tip here, have them arched around the bottom two strings. I'm talking visually. So these two here, because otherwise if you keep it flat, you will at least block the B string, maybe even the E string. But we want to hear all the strings except the thickest, the low E string here. We don't want to hear this one. Now, in order to do that, I don't want you to avoid it when you strum or when you finger pick here. But I want you to at least try having a thumb on top of the neck here, so that this groove here after the first section of the thumb kind of like locks in at the edge of the neck here, and then you let your wrist and hand fall, hang down from there, and this is your position. That flashy bit here will block the E string so it can't ring actually, and then you place your fingertips on the fretboard. Now this is the first chord here. Give it a strum, see if everything rings out clearly. And then you move to the next position, which is fret number 4, then fret number 5, back to 4, and back to 2. You do that a good few times, familiarize yourself with the sounds that you create with these positions. How far is it actually that you have to go from one position to the other? And a tip here, which is really important because I see this mistake all the time, don't just let your fingertips move over to the next position and keep your thumb behind. We don't want this, but it should look like this. So the entire hand, including fingers and thumb, moves over to the next position. And this you do for everything that you're going to play on the guitar. It's not just for that piece of music. Now the reason for this is, first of all, it's way easier to find the exact spots, to find the frets, and to also find the fret wires. And also, if you have it like so, you would need a lot more pressure to apply on the strings to actually get them down. Now, it doesn't feel like much if you tried, and it's absolutely doable. You can get them down, you can get a good sound, but it'll add up over time and you get a sore thumb, or at least you risk getting a sore thumb. And I had a lot of students coming to me with a sore thumb, and this is the reason for that. So I don't want that for you. Don't hurt yourself, do yourself a favor and let your entire hand move to the next position always. Now we got that. This is the first section, left hand. Now let's have a look at the right hand. What am I doing here? So I get all the fingers in position except the pinky. He's just too small here. And I have my thumb on the A string, index on the D string, middle finger G string, and then ring finger on the B string. And from there, from the thumb down, I'll play string after string, And at the end I play with my index finger the high E string. So have a look again. I'll do it again a bit slower. And then the next thing that I do is I bring in a very simple percussion element, which is I knock 2 times on the body of the guitar. And this knocking I do on the pickguard here. If you don't have one, don't worry about that. You can knock on the wood. And what I do is I knock with my ring fingertip because it's my softest and I want that soft wooden sound here. That's it. And then I move over to the next position, which is fret number 4. I play the same strings, same fingering, same everything, except the knocking I won't do with the ring finger, but I do it with the outside of my thumb, so that's this bit here. And this I do for just a slight variation of that sound here, so that it's not always the same. Then fret number 5, same everything, except I'm back to knocking with my ring finger, and then fret number 4 again. I do it with the thumb. And this part I repeat. And then the second time around, or actually how often you want to play it, it doesn't really matter how often, but the last time around, the last 2 chords, fret number 4 and fret number 2, I already strum because the next section that eases us into the next section is a strumming section, if you remember from the demo in the beginning. So I play the very same strumming pattern here, which is down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. Have a look again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, up. Now it sounds a bit more complicated, but it's actually not, because there are no big gaps. Usually the big gaps are where people trip over. It's really straightforward. It's just a bit longer than usual. So down, up, down, up, down, up, up. And then I move into the next section, which goes like this. I move that movable chord shape, which I want to keep. I move it down 1 string set. Again, I'm talking visually here. I'm on the G and B string, and I move it over to the 7th fret. Do you see? I took my thumb with the fingers so that I have the same relationship between fingers and thumb. And here I keep strumming that pattern. On fret 7, 5, 3 and 2. And now the cool thing is you can slide into these chords as well to kind of like have a different variation here to make it sound a bit more interesting. And I like the one in particular to slide into the 3rd fret. So I do my downstroke on the 2nd, and then I quickly move over to the 3rd fret. Have a listen again. And then the last time around, again, it doesn't matter how often you repeat this. It's up to you. If you feel like it should go on a bit longer, then go for it. If you feel like there should be the next section coming now, then go for it. It doesn't matter how often you repeat it. But the last time around, kind of like to build the connection between the first section and the second section, I'll bring back that percussive element. And then I finish here by delaying the last chord. I'm playing it a bit closer to the bridge. I want a bit more of a more mid-range sound here. I kind of like press into the strings here, because then everyone will know, and by delaying it especially, everyone will know, okay, this is the finish, it's over now. Enjoy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.